you're well. Welcome back to another Cornish adventure, where this morning I've just landed at Mullion Cove down here on the southwest coast of Cornwall, and I've been here quite a few times and it is lovely, to be fair. And this particular video goes from here, Mullion Cove, right up to Porthleven, and we're hoping to see. So I thought you had a car because I'm in the middle of the road. I'm hoping to see some amazing sights. I can see obviously the sea there from when I'm walking down the road here. But yeah, Mullion's lovely. I think Mullion is one of those places where if you're having a stressful day, you can finish work, pack up, whatever, just come down here, park the car at the top there, and just walk down here, get a coffee or whatever, an ice cream at this little shop, and then just sit on the harbour wall and just forget about all your stresses. You've just got the sound of the sea, a slight breeze, but it's just one of those places that you can just forget about all your worries and all your stresses. But yeah, so on this particular video, we're going to go from here, Mullion Cove. The next one on, I think, is called Polurrian Cove. Then those look amazing as well up there. And then the next one on from that is Poldhu Cove, which I've not been to before, so I'm hoping to got some good photographs and some good drone shots of Poldhu. And then a bit further on you get Gunwalloe Church Cove, where I know there's an idyllic little church down there in the bottom, right on the beach, and it'd make a glorious wedding location. So I'll show you that. And then bang next to that you get Dollar Cove, which again is a lovely idyllic spot. Oh, the tide's in as well in the harbour. So that's Dollar Cove. And then I think a touch further on, correct me if I'm wrong, is, oh come on in my memory, Pedngwidian Point, I think. And then after that I think you get Gunwalloe Cove and beach, and then you move into Loe Bar, and I think Loe Bar is one of the most dangerous beaches, or it can be, down here in Cornwall if the tide's pretty rough. This is Mullion, and then after Gunwalloe Cove and Loe Bar we finally end up at Porthleven. So it's going to be an interesting one, this one, as they all are, to be fair. But yeah, this is the cafe here on the corner. It says Porthleven Cafe there, but I'm at Mullion Cove. But yeah, that's a lovely little cafe, that. Does some amazing cream teas and some nice ice creams and things. Bit windy again, but I suppose it's to be expected. It's funny though, isn't it, how the weather just turns at the weekend, but as soon as you're back at work it's glorious. There's a few people in some of these holiday chalets and holiday lets down here, and this is Mullion Cove. It's lovely, so I'm hoping to get some nice compositions. I think the tide is on the way out though this morning. See if I can get the drone up as well. But what I want to do is just take you around onto that harbour wall there, because there's something I want to show you. Now, one of the reasons why I like Mullion a lot is obviously I've just said you can sit on the harbour wall and listen to the sea, but for me it's those cliffs. These cliffs are phenomenal. It reminds me of Jurassic Park, prehistoric times. You know, you expect a pterodactyl to come flying over the top of the cliff. You really do. And a T-Rex, I don't know, poke his head up above the cliff face there. But those rocks just look so formidable. It's unbelievable. And I really do love those. But the only problem is I won't be filming them in this video because I'm going north. So yeah, I'll show you them though, but they are fantastic. I love those that rock face. I love that view. Phenomenal. There's some big waves coming in here this morning in this corner. Oh, lovely. I love it. I really do. I really do. And I want to try and find some compositions looking back to or into the harbour there. And I've got me rocket launcher as well. So I want to try and do some telephoto shots of the harbour there and the boats. Look at that, that just looks, it just looks it's out of this world. It just doesn't look, I mean, you get the main cliff face coming down here, look, and obviously the island, but this little clump of rock sticking off the end, it just looks, I don't know, like doesn't belong to this world. It belongs, I don't know how many years ago with the dinosaurs. Just takes your breath away, it really does. Oh, a massive wave. Just takes my breath away when I'm here. Oh, new one coming in. Oh no, maybe not. But yeah, this just takes my breath away, it really does. I mean, I have been up on the top before. I think I did a couple of YouTube shorts a year back or so, and I've been right on the top of there. And I will be going up there to show you the view. It's spectacular, but not on this video. So anyway, yeah, sorry, I just stand looking at that view. It's just amazing, as you know. Right, so I want to try and get some compositions. Oh, this is new. Yeah, probably stop people getting on the end. I want to try and do some compositions, maybe some long exposures while the water's in, of the harbour. And I also want to take a picture of this little hut, but I think I'm going to walk round and go maybe into that corner over the other side. I mean, look at those two there, that one and that one, just sticking out the water. Oh, it's just amazing. Now, I have got permission from Culdrose this morning to fly my drone, and luckily it's not raining, although it does look a bit grey over there, and it is a touch windy. So I want to go up onto that point up on the top when I've done down here, and the coast path just wanders up there. I don't know if you can see the bench and the handrail, and I think the coastal path wanders up that hill there up to the top, and I want to go onto that headland about there somewhere to get my drone up, but that wind's getting a bit stronger, so I don't quite know. So yeah, so I'll set my camera up and see what compositions I can squeeze out of it, and I might take one of that as well, because that is amazing. Oh, is this a big wave going to crash in? Looking promising. Oh, one coming out as one's going in. Nah, not too bad. So yeah, let's get set up and stop wasting time. So I've just got my camera set up, and I'm just doing some long exposures of the harbour. I think we've got a bit of water, a bit of water on my lens there, excuse me. But there is some cracking waves hitting this wall here. And I've just got my phone just propped on a little tripod from Benro, which is fantastic, little piece of kit. I took that to Germany with me. If you look at the top of the screen there, you'll see the video I did from Germany. And it was a fantastic little piece of kit. Obviously plastic, or toughened plastic, it's really lightweight. And it was amazing, and just stick your phone in it and do time lapses, and it's just brilliant. So yeah, I'd recommend getting one of those from Benro, and you also get the little phone holder with it as well. Look, you can see there that I've got the phone in the phone holder. Fantastic little bit of kit. So yeah, so I've got, oh, got it again. It's a hype of activity this morning. I wasn't going to come out, but I'm glad I did. Anyway, yeah, so I've got a shot in essence looking at the harbour there. And I'm doing some long exposures of the water, of the tide, just to see how they come out. In between watching the waves smashing into the rocks. Phenomenal. So I'll take a few more images and I'll drop them on the screen and let me know what you think, and then I'm going to walk round back past the boats there along this other harbour wall to show you off the end there, and then I'm going to set up in that corner and then try my wherever it's gone, try my telephoto lens there of that little shack there you can see sticking out. I think there is some history behind that. I think it's probably been there about 4 million years. But there is a little plaque on the door which I'll have a read of on my way around. Oh, boom! Look at that! Oh, another one here. Oh. Do you know, waves that sound and look promising, they're rubbish. But the power, the noise when it hits the rocks. Anyway, sorry, I'm just getting... I love the sea, I love the sea. I'm just getting distracted from my photography. Concentrate. So yeah, so I'll put those images on the screen and then we'll push round to the other side and I'll have a look at that plaque on the shack. So I'll come back to you round the other side. When I set this shot up, I honestly didn't think it'd work. The sky was just too flat, grey on grey, no real definition. But I thought I'd give a 30-second exposure a go anyway, and somehow it brought out the subtle depth and colours in the clouds. Still grey, with a bit more drama, a moody kind of magic. And then, just after that, I turned around and looked back at this amazing cliff face, and yet, you guessed it, I couldn't resist. I had to grab a panorama. The texture, the scale, just the sheer rawness of it, it just demanded to be captured. So this here is that shack that I mentioned, which I think has been here for 58 million millennia, which I think again is quite how it's built into the side of the hill. Look, I think it's quite a popular photography thing. What's that say on the door there? In memory of late Eddie Accurate Monday, 16th of April 1905, 83, skipper of the Two Brothers, Progress and Hosang, 60 years as a fisherman in Mullion Cove. cool. But yeah, I think that's been there a good few hundred years, that. So what I'm going to do now is go around the other side of the harbour to show you around there, off the end of the other harbour wall, looking back at where I've just been. And then I'm going to get my zoom lens out and see if I can do a shot of that shack. So let's get around the other side. Whew. If for some really strange reason you're enjoying the content here and want to see more behind the scenes stuff like how I set up shoots, scout locations, or just the chaos that happens in between, head over to my TikTok channel. I post all the raw, unfiltered bits you won't see anywhere else, including way too many clips of me complaining about being hungry or debating what snack I've earned next. Just search for Photographics and come and say hi. So I'm just getting onto the end of this other harbour wall. I've obviously just been on there doing some photography, and that's the shack I want to take an image of. But what I want to show you before, in fact, I've got to go right back down. There's a gate. I want to show you over this wall, but there's no real foothold for me to get up. Oh, hang on, let me just put my knee on there. Oh, just bear with me a second, because I want to show you the view. Let me put my bag down a minute. Oh, I want to show you the view over this wall, and there's a bit of a big stone sticking out here. So if I just pull myself up, I want to, there we go. Look at that. That rock is immense. I just need to get hold of a good foothold. There we are. So that's where I've just been round there looking at. Well, I've not been round there, but done some photography looking over there. Obviously the harbour wall. But that rock looks amazing. And I can't wait to get my drone around there. But it is a bit windy though, so I don't quite know. I'm going up to that point up there, off the top of there. And all these rocks down in the bottom. That makes some good compositions, but you can't get over there. The sea doesn't go out far enough at low tide. So I might have to get my drone down there and try and do some shots of that from the air. But never mind. Just try and, drop back down again. Pick my bag up so I don't lose that. Forget me head if it weren't screwed on. Just drop that there. Just drop down. Off the wall. And then this is round the other side. Do you see what I mean about those cliffs? I mean, really, look at them. Careful not to fall in here, because it's pretty deep. But yeah, that's the rocks down there that I want to get some images of. But that is monstrous. That rock there, that is massive. You probably don't look it on camera, but it is enormous, sticking out the sea. And then this, it's just that bit. It's that sort of central piece there that reminds me of something prehistoric. I know the exposure on this isn't the best. And then as it works its way down through these jagged cliffs and things down to the shoreline, it's just epic scenery. Epic scenery, it really is here. Oh, fantastic. That is just what I'm after. Let me show you. I've swapped tripods because I normally use my Z6 on this mammoth Benro tripod, but because I need some fine adjustment to get the, you won't be able to see that I don't think. Oh yeah, there you go, there's the exposure, comes up there, look. I've had to get some fine adjustment with regards to where I want to position the hut. And obviously this Benro tripod because it's a geared head, you can just turn it round, turn these knobs round, and you can just get, you know, really fine movement with it. And I'm just turning that handle there, look. So this tripod is excellent. Now that's at 150. So if I zoom in any more than that, I'm not going to see anything. So that is at 150. And what am I at there? I'm at ISO 100 f11 50th of a second. I'm just going to put a timer delay on that. That looks fantastic. Oh wow. Oh, that just looks, in the back of the camera there, that looks amazing. I've got the bench, there's a little bench next to it as well where I have sat on before, to be honest. But that looks fantastic. I think it just needs brightening up a bit. But yeah, that looks amazing. So I'll drop these images on the screen that I take of the shack, and we'll see where we go. And then what I'm going to do is push on back up the path and then scooch up the hill, and I'm going to try and get up to that hill at the top of there, to try and do some photography looking back down into the harbour, because it looks amazing from up there as it does down here. So yeah, so I'm going to do these images. That's doing a time lapse with Z6 at the minute. So I'll put these images on the screen. There's just a couple of people come onto the beach now, so don't get in my way. But I think they'll be below where I am. So yeah, cup of coffee, a few more images. I think it's brightening up as well. Look at that now with the sun, the brightness shining on these cliffs here. That light is unreal. Amazing. So yeah, I'll drop the images on the screen and then we'll push on. I'm not looking forward to the climb because it is a hike up there. Anyway, speak to you in a bit. As I said, I shot this image on my D7-200 at 150mm focal length, drawn in by the texture, the stillness, and the stories that you can imagine. There's almost something cinematic about it, like time slows down and I can just imagine a lone fisherman sat on that bench, boots muddy, hands calloused, just staring out to sea and thinking about dinner, probably something involving chips. It's scenes like this that remind me why I love heading out, even when the sky looks moody and the snack bag's empty. Totally worth it. This shot is a blend of two images, one exposure for the dramatic sky and the other for the sea and the detail in the rocks, and I wanted to keep that contrast alive without blowing the highlights in the clouds or losing the texture in the shadows. And this is at 24mm, and I could have rotated slightly to the right to include the end of the harbour wall, but I held that back, and doing that would have meant losing the slipway, and I really like how that anchors the left side of the image. And in the end, I think the crop actually works. It leaves just enough mystery about what's waiting at that far edge of the wall on the right, and sometimes it's what you don't show that pulls the viewer in. Oh, just coming up the hill there from Mullion Cove. Just get to the edge of here to show you the view. Oh yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And I've just been obviously down on that harbour wall and this harbour wall, and that's the image that I've took of the little shack. I don't know if you can see that chap climbing up the hillside. I just had a quick chat with him. He's trying to get to the lizard from here before the rain comes. I mean, look, it's starting to look a bit grey over there. So I want to go out to this little headland here. It's too windy today, I think, to get the drone up. And as I'm talking to you, I think the rain started. Terrific. Why is it, eh? Why is it? When you're not at work, the weather is shocking. And then as soon as you're back at work, it's bright blue sunshine, blue skies, bright sunshine. Just have 2 minutes. God, that wind is really strong. So yeah, so I think I'll push on up here to the hotel at the top and then see what it's like at the top, because you can see right over there. So I'll show you right over to the next one, which is Polurrian and Poldhu. So I'll get up here and then I'll come back to you at the top. That's if I don't look like a drowned rat. Oh yes, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh. Yeah, it's cool. I was just wondering where that went. I was just wondering where this goes here, because it's not a steep drop down there, to be honest, but it just sneaks along here, I think. I see like a little bit of a worn, unless it's worn away by sheep. I thought, mind you, I've not seen any sheep, but that's high up there. I don't quite know if I can get out up here, so I might have to trundle back along, but it does continue along. So let me just take you along here. And of course I'm wary of snakes again. Oh no, I think I've come to a dead end. I thought I could get across there, but nah. Oh, but look at that. I think I might, oh, look at that. This here just looks nothing like it does on the back of my camera. The light on there just looks amazing. I know it's a bit grey over above. I think I might set my camera up here, to be fair, and see if I can get a shot of that before the rain. Oh, I can see it out to sea. Oh, phenomenal. I love it. I know I keep saying that, but I do. But yeah, I'm a bit hemmed in here with grass and bush and things, and there's a little sort of flat spot down there, but I don't quite see how I can get down there. But I just want to take that as an image, and that is too good an opportunity. I mean, I like the separation here between this little island and the mainland, if you like, the coast. I know you've got this rock in the bottom, but you can see the water here, you can see the water here. But it's just a shame I'm not a bit higher, so I could get the separation between these two islands as well. Because at the minute, it looks like this one blends into this one, and obviously it doesn't. Yeah, I might just see if I can get my camera out quickly and take a picture. Albeit, I might do it on my phone because I'm hemmed in. So yeah, I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture on my phone and I'll drop it on the screen. And I think I'll push on a bit higher and go back along the path here and then push up the path. So yeah, I'll take a picture on my phone, I'll drop it on the screen. So I'm not sure if you can tell, looking behind me, that it's a different day. And if you just check out my TikTok channel and see this video. Yeah, I'm having to pause filming. The rain's coming in now. Don't know if you can see this. And it's really heavy. So I've got to stop filming. Oh well. I think a bacon butty's waiting for me back at home. Lovely jubbly. Rain stopped play, so I had to pack up and go home. So I've come back out on the following week. So this is a week later, and we've got slightly better conditions, I must admit. So I've come back obviously to the same place. This is Mullion, and I'm aiming to get down onto this bit of headland just here. But from about there down to about there, that is quite overgrown and can get quite overgrown. And of course, with it being summer now, I suppose, I'm hoping that that's not overgrown too much, because it's literally above your head. And this is where you go down this little path here to get to where I want to get to. So if you just bear with me a sec, I'll just take you down here. I mean, look at that for a view along there. That is amazing. Polurrian here, Poldhu on the next one. And that must be, is it Pedngwidian Point, I think? I mean, just look at this for a seat. Look at that, sitting off there. Phenomenal. Absolutely. So yeah, here, look, is where we go through all those bushes. And then what I'm thinking I might have to do is lift my bag above my head, because this is quite tall. Just get down this little bit of tricky foothold. Yeah, this is quite tall, all this bush and brush, as you can see. I don't know, it might not be too bad, but I've got on my camera on my tripods. But again, can I try it? Oh, and I've got my rocket launcher, and I can't see where I'm going, so I don't know if there's any snakes lying on the path. Oh, not doing too bad. Oh, what have I done here? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, because I want to show you the view off the end. Oh. Da, 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 da. Oh my God, it's getting even taller now. Mind you, I can just see the floor, so I'm not doing too bad. Oh God, this is unbelievable. I have been here or through this bit in winter. That's not too bad now, I'm getting out now. Yeah. Oh. I mean, you can't even see the path if you look up there. But this is what I wanted to show you here. Because this is amazing. And I know there's a little flat spot just down here that I want to fly my drone from. And I have done quite a few images from this point. Took a few images over the past. Oh, look at those rocks that I just showed you earlier down there. The harbour. Oh, fantastic. It really is. And this is a little flat bit that I want to use to take off from. I don't quite know where that goes to, down there near. Should I have a look down here? Because I've wanted to come down here in the past, but I've never dared. But it don't look too bad, to be honest. Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks all right. Looks okay. I just want to put my foot. Oh, yes. I've never been down here before. And you get to this little perch at the bottom, look. Just drop down here. Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh, bloody hell. Look at that for a drop. Oh wow, but look at that there along the coastline. Polurrian. And then that's heading out towards Porthleven round there where we finish. I suppose you can't really pick out St Michael's Mount in the distance, it's a bit hazy. Oh wow. This is phenomenal. I'm glad I came down here. Might even come back here in a minute because I want to fly my drone. But I'm going to go back up to that top little area that I've just been to. Just on the top of the hill there. But I might come here to fly along the coast out there. Oh, this is spectacular. It's a bit breezy though, because I suppose the wind might be coming through this. Oh, it is. Might be coming through this sort of little cut through. So it might shoot through there, but yeah, let's get back up to the top and I'll get my drone in the air and then see what images we can take, if there's any compositions that spring to mind. I have, like I said, I have took quite a few images before from up here, but not down here. I've never been down here before, so like I said, I'll come back down here, I think, and see if there's any compositions. So let's get to the top and I'll get my drone in the air. Well, that's been amazing there. I've had the drone up, I've had the Mavic 3 up, and I've done some shots around this big rock, some spotlights and some active tracks and things, and I flew in this gap in between these two rocks, which I'm going to go down there in a second, just do some photography off there, I think. And I've flown along the coast there back to Polurrian, but that's been amazing. So I'm going to have a drink of coffee. I've got a time lapse going as well, so a drink of coffee and a squashed egg and bacon sandwich, which I got from the hotel, Mullion Cove Hotel up there, which looked quite nice when I bought it, but now it's been in my bag, I don't think it will be. So I'm now going to try and squeeze myself back down that path, just onto the end of that point just here, to take some shots and do some photography of the coastline there. And then probably some of this. I have took quite a lot of this sort of direction over into Mullion, so whether or not I want to do any more, I might try a long exposure, see if I can get any movement in the clouds. So I'll see how we go. So yeah, I'm gonna try a few shots with that, and then I'll come back to you down on that point, wherever we are, just at the bottom down there, and see what we get down there. So I'll come back to you when I'm at the bottom. So yeah, I've made it down to this lower area. Just been up on that point up there, and I've just come down the path where I've just shown you a moment ago. And there's I can't get over that drop. That is phenomenal. And that is massive as well. So yeah, this is pretty spectacular. You probably could get down a bit lower, to be fair. If you went down there, I don't know if you can see the cut through the grass. I might see if I can try and get down a bit lower. Maybe do some photography down there, because it don't look too steep. So I might have to see if I can get down there. But yeah, I'm going to set my camera up, and I've just got these two rocks and this shelf here, and that in the middle of it. You can see the rock sticking up just here from around the corner there, just off Mullion Harbour. And I'm just going to probably do a few images looking out there, and I'll drop those on the screen, and then we're going to go back up, push along the path, and I want to try and get into Polurrian Cove onto the beach there to show you that. So there's lots to see, fingers crossed. the weather holds. It's a bit breezy, but at least it's not raining, because there's nothing worse than rain and getting wet. I don't mind wind, but there's nothing worse than getting wet. So I'll set the camera up, I'll take these shots. If they're any good, I'll drop them on the screen, and then we'll push on round the path a bit further. So I'll get set up. This image was taken just after sunrise, and I wasn't expecting much from it, to be honest. The sky was fairly flat, but I think with a 20-second exposure, the water softened right out, giving the whole scene a calm, almost surreal feel. And I've already mentioned how much I love that cliff face opposite, but standing here with the harbour stretching out beneath me and that sea start catching the morning light, yeah, it reminded me why I keep coming back to places like this. Phenomenal. No filters required for this shot, just Cornwall in full colour. That deep turquoise sea, the rugged cliffs and those offshore stacks. It's hard not to stop and take it all in. So I've just come up the hill there from that point, and the sun now is tremendous. Absolutely. That in the background there is Mullion Cove Hotel, which I've never stayed in, but looks quite nice. And I've just come off the path, Polurrian Cliffs, and I'm just making my way now along the coast path further around to Polurrian Cove. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, to be honest. Polurrian Cove, I'm not quite sure. So please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, if you'd like to see what gear I'm using, from my cameras to my boots to my coffee mug, which is the most important thing, please check out my website and head over to the My Gear section, where you'll see what types of gear I'm using. There's a nice bench here, looking out over the sea. And I'm heading obviously just down into this cove here for the minute. And you can see right along the bay. And I don't know if you can see that ship or that little yacht out at sea. Right around there, that's Land's End. Right around the other side. So Mounts Bay is just enormous. As I'm sure you all know, those of you that come down here on a regular basis for your holidays, which is what I used to do before we moved down, nearly 3 years now. Yeah, time flies. So let's get a bit further down this path and see if we can get into Polurrian Cove. Oh, that sun's gorgeous. Still a bit breezy, the wind's not dropped yet, but oh well, beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, let's get down a bit further. Now this rock that you can see here, just creeping up off to my left, I'll show you in a second. God, I'm getting blinded by that sun. This rock is called, or locally known as, Karrek Kerenza. Again, I hope I've said that right. And I think its translation is Love Rock. Can I get to it? Down the York. For sale. Wow, imagine living there. Ah, here, look. Ah, Love Rock. That must be the Cornish Karrag. But if you look on Google, it says Karrek Kerenza. See if I can get up on top and hopefully not fall off the other side. Oh, but what a view. Let's just see if I can get up on here. Oh, I can. Oh, yes. Oh. Oh. That's a bit of a steep drop down there. What have we got over here? See if I can just stand up on this ledge Oh yes. Look at that. Just put my knee against that rock there. I don't want to fall off over there. That is a good, that is a good 300 foot, easy. And below me right down there, where that rock is, that's probably 100 foot. These are massive, these two boulders. This one and this one, they're enormous. Oh, look at that for a view. Polurrian Beach down there. Sorry, I would show you on the screen, but I'm just holding on for my dear life with my other hand. Oh, that is phenomenal. Phenomenal view. It really is. Wow. Let me just try and get back down. So the only thing is, I don't think I could set up any of my tripods on here. I mean, look, it's a bit tight. That's obviously where I'm stood, and you've got that little sort of rock there, but that just drops off down there. But that'd have been spectacular. I might see if I can find somewhere to, obviously, to get my drone up in the air and fly around here and see what it looks like from the air, because I bet that's pretty smart. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. But yeah, love rock. Karrek Kerenza. Oh, so I just thought I'd show you that. And that way it's heading back towards Mullion. I just don't want to, excuse me a sec, I just want to concentrate what I'm doing. Oh, cool. Look at that over there. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. So, that was a nice little, quick little spot there. Go back on the end of here. Oh, it's a bit dewy, you know, grass is a bit slippy. So I don't quite, can I get up here? Just to show you again off the end. Oh yes, I can. Not like taking risks, as you know, but yeah, again, another great angle. Yeah, so you got Polurrian. I think one of those is Pedngwidian Point, and then Porthleven, and then you just work your way around Penzance, Newlyn, Mousel, and then on the very end, Land's End. Oh, spectacular. Spectacular. I digress. So yeah, let's get moving on a bit further and see what else we can find. Quite interesting, that. Nice view. Yeah, just progressing now a bit further along the coast path towards Poldhu. Morning. Yeah, just seen that sign there. Down to Poldhu. I thought Poldhu was the next one on. It should be Polurrian. Anyway, we shall see, we shall see. This makes a nice change. This tarmac, a couple of dog walkers. This tarmac path. Instead of breaking my ankles on rocks and boulders, and oh god, it's warm today. That sun's just gone really, really intense, to be honest. Oh, this bag's starting to get heavy as well. Oh, tennis courts. Anyone for a game of tennis? Oh, unless that belongs to the hotel here, look. Ah, which it must do, I think. Yeah, it's got to do. Yeah, I've never stayed there neither. Don't know what that's like. I think that must be called the Polurrian because there's signs everywhere saying Polurrian, and there's a bridge, I think. Oh yes, there's a bridge here, look. So people staying in the hotel, which is just up there, you can cross the bridge and get onto the tennis court. I mean, I don't know what anyone of you lot, but I struggle to hit a ball. So yeah, so there you go. So, each day spa celebrate. Nice advert. Polurrian. If anyone's listening, please do get in touch. Lovely. Lovely. So yeah, look at this. It's quite picturesque. I don't quite know how far we've got to go. I'll just take you down to where this... Oh yeah, you must get access up there, look to the... up into the hotel complex. Now which way do we go? What does this say? See, I want to head down. Unstable cliffs. Oh, I don't know which way to go. Because Polurrian Cove is just below me here. Let's just walk down here a bit. Oh, that was a big step. I'll just take you down these few steps. Excuse me. Oh, somebody on the beach, look. Picking up litter. I want to try and get around onto that headland here. There's a bench and stuff, and I can fly my drone from there. But yeah, let's get down a bit further, and I'll come back to you when I get to the bottom of the path. Oh, look at this! Oh, I can't stop filming. I can't stop showing you this. Look at this view I've got walking down here. I can't stop filming and edit this bit out. This is spectacular. Now let me just go down a bit further, because there in the distance, where can I show you? Somewhere about there is Love Rock that I've just been on. Yeah, Polurrian. Someone with dogs on the beach there. So yeah, let's get down to the bottom. This is amazing. What a find, what a find. Bit of a kill on the knees though, all these steps. I'll get down there. Oh, imagine living there. Imagine living there, or even that one on the top, above it. Oh, yes please. Spectacular. Anyway, let's get down, see what we can see. See, I've just come down that hill there, which was a bit monstrous, I must admit. And I'm just walking down this little, quite slippery to be honest, because it's all loose gravel. Oh, there's a guy on the beach with his metal detector. Don't quite know what he's going to find on here, but yeah, Polurrian. And then that big clump of rock on the end there, and just a point just to the left, that's where I was stood flying the drone. Then yeah, you can see Love Rock now, look. Yeah, phenomenal. I'm going to get up onto that point up there. So let's head round there. I'm going to try and get my camera out as well and get some photographs of this. This is lovely. Which way did I go? I think it's weathered a bit as well, you know, with the water running off the hills in winter. Oh wow, that sun. I think it's weathered quite a lot, so we'll get around there and have a look. This is amazing. Look at this for a view. Down onto Polurrian. Polurrian. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm out of breath. Imagine that being your front gate. down these steps and you're onto the beach. Phenomenal. Now I think I want to go along here. Oh, there's the bench, look. Wow. Whew. I'll just show you this view when we get on the end. God dear. I don't think I needed my big thick jacket this morning. Oh, check it out, I'll show you in a sec. Oh, sounds like there's another inlet below me. Oh yeah. Pretty smart. Nice and picturesque. Wow. I'm loving this. I am loving this. Oh dear, I can feel it in my legs. Oh, it's harder, like I said before in my previous videos, it's harder coming down than it is going up because of the pounding on your legs. Yeah, where should I take you first? I'll tell you what, let me take you over here. Sorry guys, I've not been here before, so it's a bit new to me. Oh, I can get lower down there. So, I'll just show you this. I don't quite know if these cliffs hang over. Oh no, it's not too bad. Oh no, we're okay. Look at that. That is lovely. And then working his way around, just take you over this to the other side. I'm assuming this hangs over. Oh yeah, you can see I don't like the look of that. Bit of a cove, bit of a cliff down there. And then here is the point that I wanted to get onto to fly my drone. Oh, check it out. So yeah, back round to Mullion, where we start. And then Love Rock up on the top there. Oh, this is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. A couple of people on the beach. Metal detector John. Wonder if he's finding out. If anyone's watching that does metal detecting, can you let me know if you find anything? Because I must admit, I don't see many metal detectors down here in Cornwall, but when I'm out and about. But yeah, can you let me know if you find anything? So I'm just wondering how. Yeah, I don't want to go any closer to the edge because I think that's hanging over just here. I want to be on terra firma. So what I think I might do is fly my drone from here, to be honest, because I'm way above the sea, so that's not going to attack me. Oh, God, I'm warm. I'll just take you down here. See if I can negotiate these rocks. Oh yeah, I mean knee. Oh yes. I love getting right down close to the sea. I really do. Just to feel its power. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. So yeah, so I think it's time to get the drone up and do some shots from the air. Oh. And have a brew. And a lemon mint pasty, I think. That sounds just the ticket. I've just had 3 batteries there, to be fair. I think that's the first time I've had 3 batteries out of one of my drones, out of my Mavic. But I'm on this headland, this quite rocky slate, I think it is, headland here at Polurrian, and I'm just doing some long exposures, trying to smooth out the motion in the ocean. And I've just got my my Z6, trying to do a few long exposures, which, as you know, I'm a bit partial to a long exposure. So I'm just going to spend another 10 or 15 minutes just looking at this amazing view. I mean, just, that's what my eyes are seeing right now. It's phenomenal. Slight breeze. It's not too cold, to be fair, it's quite warm. But it's a slight breeze which just takes the edge off it a bit. Got the sound of the sea. Look at these waves coming in. It's heavenly, it really is. It's another world. So when I've done here, I'm going to push on along the path over the top there, and then we're going to go down into what's next one, Poldhu, I think, Poldhu Cove, which again I've not been to before, so it's going to be new for me. So I will spend a few more minutes here and I'll probably come back to you a bit further on the path when I've worked my way around up on the top there. So I'll come back to you in a sec. Tasty. So I'm just walking up there from Polurrian Cove, and all of a sudden it's just clouded over and the sun's gone. Oh, but that is a drop and a half. Wow, that is unbelievable. So yeah, it's just gone really cloudy, and it was a glorious morning. But then again, that shows you how quick the weather can change down here in Cornwall, which is fantastic. Yeah, gutted. It was a lovely morning. Absolutely glorious it was, but ruined it. Ruined it. So what I'm doing now is I've just come round there, as you've just seen. I'm just walking down this sort of, I don't know, makeshift little cut through, just to see. Oh, look at that back there. Yeah, just to see if this takes me anywhere, because you can see it's a well-trodden path, and I don't like going off the beaten track, I must admit, because there's signs everywhere that do say, that looks a bit dodgy down there. There's signs everywhere that do say stick to the path, which is what I obviously want to do. But yeah, it's I don't like the look of that. There's a little headland over the other side that I can see, so I might just try and have a wander around onto that. But let me just show you that, guys. Look at that. Apart from it not being sunny, there's a boat in as well that appeared when I was just packing up. Never mind. You win some, you lose some. So yeah, I'm going to keep pushing further around and get into Poldhu Cove. See what we got over there. Yeah, that's an amazing little cliff face, that. So yeah, let's get further around. See if I can get onto that little headland. See what that has to offer. Well, as I've been coming up that little rise, if you will, in that dip, I've been blessed. The sun's now shining on me, and I think the clouds are starting to burn back as well, unless the sun's having an effect on that. I don't know, I suppose so. But yeah, but this here is the little sort of headland that I spotted from over there. So I'm just having a wander down here to see if I can get onto the end of that point there. Oh, it's really windy though. Will I be able to fly my drone in this? Can I get down here? Can I get down here? Oh yeah, don't seem too bad. Just down these little footholds. Careful not to slip because I'll be a goner. Over there. Oh yeah, looks pretty straightforward, to be honest. I think I have been on dodgier paths and sketchier routes across to a cliff face or whatever. Oh, that was pretty harmless. Nice little inlets in there. And I'm on this headland now, look at this. Just get across here. I mean, this is only as wide as my feet. And I've just come down that there, which wasn't too bad. And then just to get onto this headland on the point here. I've just gone over on my ankle as well. Just on, oh, nearly again. Just on the top there. Oh, back of my ankle's hurting as well. Got dodgy ankles, dodgy knees. It's great getting old, innit? Let me just show you this. Off the end of here. Oh yes. Amazing. What a nice little place. It's not as windy as it is on the top. And I must admit, I didn't think I was going to get blown away on here, because when I got here earlier, it was quite calm, but now it's gone up. I thought I was going to get blown off when I came up the top of that cliff, but anyway, so I'm going to try and get my drone in the air, see if I can film along here, along these rocks and things, and fly along there maybe. So I think I'll get the drone up and see what we can see. Like it, like it. Yeah, down there, look. A few rock pools. I don't know what the tide's doing, if it's coming in or going out, I'm not sure. But it still looks amazing. Anyway, let's get flying. So I've just come back up off that, wow, little headland, catch my breath, oh, and push a bit further on the path. But I must admit, I'm not finding many compositions for some photographs. Not that I'm saying it's not picturesque, just have a look, you know. But I don't know, unless it improves further round in Poldhu. God, give me 2 minutes. That's took it out of me, that. Unless it's a lot better scenery in Poldhu than it is here, I'm not sure. I mean, up to now I prefer the coastline from sort of Porthleven round up to like Bossigran, which takes in Land's End, Cot Valley, Givo Tin Mine, Boscaswell Cliffs, Wicker Pool, all on that really, that southwestern coastline. The view up there is amazing. I mean, it is here, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not feeling it on this bit of the coast so far. I don't know. That might just be me, and I'm sure it'll improve, or there'll be some amazing scenes down on Poldhu, which I'm just getting to down here. So let's have a look down in Poldhu. And if you want to check out where I've been on my adventures of Cornwall so far, please check out the playlist, and also check out and download volume 1 of my hiker's guide, if you like, to my top 10 favourite places that I visited so far down in Cornwall, which is available on my website. And if you click on the link down in the description, it'll take you straight there. Oh, bloody hell. So please check that out. It's amazing, it really is. In fact, while I've been talking to you, I've come across this monument, and I think this is called the Marconi Station Monument, which I think is where the first signal, yeah, there, look, it's where the first signal went across the Atlantic, and it's a nice view, as you can imagine, fields at the back. So what I'll do, I'll take a picture of that sign, and I'll drop it on the screen. It's going a bit grey, weird. Yeah, I'll drop that on the screen for you to have a read. So let's push on down into Poldhu, see what that has to offer. So yeah, just coming around now down into Poldhu. I think that there in the background is I don't know if it's an old age pensioners home. I think it's called Marconi or something, I think. Not quite sure, so please correct me on that if someone knows more than I do. Oh, this is quite nice. So let me just show you this, coming down into Poldhu Cove, Poldhu Beach. Nobody on here at all. Oh, I think there's a couple of people. Is it sat on the beach there, or not sure? Not sure if you can spot them. Yeah, it's just gone really grey and horrible. And I thought this morning was going to be promising. I mean, it started decent round there in Polurrian, and then the sun did peek out a minute ago when I was on that cliff face there, but yeah, it's just gone pants. Not to worry, not to worry, you can't predict it, can you? You can't predict it. But let's get down onto the beach. I think the tide's gone out, to be honest. I think the tide has gone out. But yeah, so you've got Poldhu, and then round this corner here is Gunwalloe. There's a church as well right on the beach. I don't know if you can make that out. I don't think you can. And then round this next headland here, just round here, that is called Dollar Cove. And then I think that is Pedngwidian Point. And I think round there is like Loe Bar. Further on in the distance is Porthleven, where we finish. So we're making some decent progress. Decent progress. But, you know, rain is forever in the air. Or the sense of rain. Might be able to see it out there as well, out at sea, I think. So I might have to try and find some shelter away from the storm, if you like. Anyway, let's get down a bit further. I've got some nice steps to go down. And it looks like we've got to go back up these steps as well. Down onto the beach. Terrific. I love rain. Oh, yeah, it is, I think. Yeah, it is, I think. So yeah, let's get a bit of a shufty on and see where we can shelter from the storm. Oh, killer on the knees, this. So just after I finished filming, coming down past the old age pensioners home there, the rain came in. And again, I had to back up. So I've come back out again on another day, obviously. It's a lot better weather. And I've just got to Poldhu, but I'm obviously around the other side. Oh, look at that down there. So that's Poldhu Beach, Polurrian Cove, and I've come round the coastal path down the road, along the road and up the path just here. But yeah, I've had to stop filming again. It's just hit and miss, it's weird with the weather, but hey ho, anyway, never mind. So I'm just walking down this point here, down this headland, to see what we've got within the way of compositions, anything interesting. Ooh, what do we have here? Let's just have a look. It's all loose gravel and shale and things on here, so I don't really want to slip on here or I will be a goner. Yeah, I mean, I can't really get down there, so I think I might just push around to the next bit, because I did see another little path. God, that sun's amazing. It makes a nice change to have a bit of sun in my face. I mean, there's this little point here, which is just above where I've just been down there. Where do we go here? This is a bit narrow, I must admit. Oh, cool. That's a nice fishing spot. Anybody that comes down here to Cornwall fishing, just chuck your float in there, whatever. I used to do a bit of sea fishing many years ago when I used to come down here on holiday, but I wasn't a keen fisherman or a you know, just did it as a hobby. And I used to float fish off the harbour wall in Mousel, but I've not done it for years. But yeah, that looks quite a nice little spot to drop your float in there. Yeah, I can't really see again many compositions off this. So I wonder what's around that corner there. So let's push on around that corner. It's quite steep as well up here, so I've just got to try and spin round on this narrow ledge. Yeah, let's push around onto that other corner. God, I can't see where I'm going. Oh, this is a bit steep. Just watch myself. So I've just been on that little ledge and just walked round and come here. And I don't know if this is any of this is loose. That's quite a drop down there, I must admit. And that's Poldhu around the corner. Gunwalloe over the top there. There's a nice view down there. See, I've still not seen much in the way of some interesting photos. I'm sure Cornwall will chuck some at me, don't get me wrong. When I get further up the coast there, it looks quite interesting. Where does this go? Let's have a look down here. There's those little paths leading off, and obviously you don't know what's at the end of them. Oh, I can see Gunwalloe Church Cove coming into distance there. What's this? What's this? What's this? Oh, watch my feet. Whew. Where do we go here? Is that a rabbit hole? Looks like it. I don't want to go down that. Looking back where I've just come from. Oh, this might be a bit more interesting. Gunwalloe Church Cove. You can't really make the church out. There is a church right in the bottom, but it's hidden behind some trees, and I don't think this lens will let you show it or let you see it. This might be a decent little spot, I think. Nice image of the beach in the distance there, Gunwalloe Church Cove. And then looking the other way, of course, that headland there, that's round back up Mullion where we started. So I might try and, albeit very rocky and a bit unsteady underfoot. I mean, look at it all. It's there's no real flat surfaces or ledges or anything you can found your tripod on. Let's just get down a bit closer to the edge here. Ooh, I don't know if this is hanging over. That might make a nice shot, I suppose. I might have to exposure stack it though, because this looks really dark and that's really bright. So I might have to take one image for this and another image for this and stack them together. Yeah, I might try that. I've just got to find somewhere safe so that I don't fall arse over tit into the wide blue yonder. So I'll set my camera up and I'll come back to you when I've found a nice secure footing. So I'll speak to you in a sec. Yeah, I've just done a few images of Gunwalloe Church Cove there, which I'll drop on the screen but trying to negotiate and get a safe foothold on these rocks proved to be a little difficult. And I could see myself going arse over tit, like I said, into the sea. So I've given that up as a bad job, because whilst the view was spectacular, the level of safety, I suppose, is non-existent. And I didn't fancy tumbling down those cliffs with my bag on my back. So I've given that up as a bad job. Anyway, I want to try and get a bit further around into Gunwalloe Church Cove, so wow, so let's push around a bit and see what we got next. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on this image, to be honest, but I just thought I'd show it you anyway, just to highlight the fact that sometimes images that you might have in your head don't work. Yeah, so just coming down into Gunwalloe Church Cove, and I quite like that as a composition, but it's, I can't get, I mean there's a path running down there, look. But I don't quite know how close I am to the edge, and plus all these bushes here are prickles and that gauze that I hate. But then again, I don't know where the edge is. I mean, assuming it's here, but I don't know, you know, I don't want to go any closer. It's a shame, because I don't like that as a composition. You can see the church here. You can see the little tower and the two roofs, three roofs of the church. And of course, just off to my right here, for all you avid golfers, if anyone's watching that's a golfer, you get Mullion Golf Course. And I think one of the tees comes right down next to the beach. I don't know if it's number 7. You can just see the fairway there, but yeah, I do quite like that as a composition, but I don't know how close I'll be to the edge. I don't know where the edge is, which is a shame. Not to worry, not to worry. You win some, you lose some. Just thinking if I could get down here. Maybe. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Oh yeah. Don't know. Maybe down to that lower level there. But again, I don't know where the edge of the cliff is. That sort of composition there, like that. Don't know. I don't want to get up onto the top of this and fly my drone from here and take some images looking back. There's a couple on the beach now, and there's a tent up on the beach as well, so oh well, not to worry, not to worry. Let's get down there and see if I can get on top of that mound, if you will. So see what we got down there. Yeah, so just getting down onto Gunwalloe Church Cove, onto the beach. Nice golden sands. A bit rocky and stuff, and a bit placed. And I think this runoff, this water comes across the beach as well. When it rains, it comes. I think it can be quite strong as well. I have seen it in winter when it's quite a torrent, to be honest. It comes off all the hills where the golf course is and comes down through this reed bed and cuts across the beach. But nonetheless, it's a nice beach. Never been on it though. I've never sat and had a picnic or a pint of beer or whatever. So, but yeah, it looks a nice beach. I suppose as long as you stay away from that overflow, but Gunwalloe Church Cove, yeah, so let's try and get onto the mound there behind the church. You can see the tower now, see the two roofs of the church. And I think obviously they do have weddings there now and again. Imagine getting imagine getting married here. Having your wedding here. Wow. Amazing. Now do I go across there? I think I must do. Let's go this way. I'm getting lost. Yeah, you're not across the stepping stones. It's across this bridge. Which I think, to be honest, is the more safer option. Yeah, this, you see, comes down off the hills. The golf course is just above me here. And this big reed bed's grown massively in these last few years. Don't think there's any fishes in there. No, I can't see any. But yeah, that's a safer option for me, coming across the bridge. Right, let's get on top of this mountain. Top of this little rise, coming through that gate down there at the bottom, up this little path. I think this is Dollar Cove, and I think the tide is in, so there's not much of a beach, but this is quite a nice beach. And it's quite a nice little cove, so I think hopefully in a bit the tide might have receded, so I can get some nice compositions. But I'm heading up here onto the top of this mound, if you will, see if I can get some compositions looking back at Gunwalloe Church Cove. In fact, Gunwalloe Cliff Castle. Oh, it must be a castle then. Let me just show you that. Pause the video as you will to read that. So it must be a castle then. I didn't know that. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh. Yeah, it's a bit rocky, as you can imagine. Okay. You've got to watch your ankles. I've already gone on my ankle again once down there, so I'm amazed I've not broke it by now. Oh, this sun is amazing. Like I say, it's quite windy, but just takes the edge off the sun a bit. So we'll see what we get when we get to the top. And I want to get my drone up and get some aerial shots. With me having permission from Culdrose again this morning. So I'll see where we go. I've got a three-way choice. I can go that way, straight on, or right. I think I might go right. I think I'll go down on this one. Might be a bit more interesting. See if there's anything around here that we can picture out a spot a shot. Looks quite nice. Cliffs in the background there. Yeah, let's get around here. Yeah, just got to the top of here and looking at that. Nice view. Again, I don't know where the edge of the cliff is, so I don't want to. Wonder whether that'd make a nice shot with the flowers in the foreground and then Dollar Cove and all the rocks in the background, maybe. Again, I might have to do two exposures, one at a quicker shutter speed to freeze the flowers, and then maybe another one to take a shot of the rocks at the back. Yeah, I might try that. I like testing myself. I never really do many exposure blends or shots where you take sort of two images and blend them together, so I do want to try and do more of those. But this grass is quite spongy, so I'll have to be a bit patient with my tripod. But yeah, let's see if we can make that work. So I'll get set up, and if the shot's any good, I can't see you. So yeah, what I want to try and do with this shot is, like I've just said, is try and get the flowers in the foreground with the rocks and things in the background. But the grass is really, really soft, so trying to get your tripod on a level footing is going to be a bit of a joke. Excuse me while I just get my camera. So, like I said, I've never done these type of shots before, where you have different exposures, times for get on there. What have I done here? I broke that. No. So I just thought I broke my tripod, then it won't go on. That's it, much better. So, let's just bring that exposure down here. See, my tripod's too high. So what I'll do is, I'll just lower that down a sec to show you what I'm trying to film and take a picture of. So I'm wanting to get a picture of the rocks there with the flowers in the foreground, but I'm going to have to do a quick exposure for the flowers here, and then obviously I just put maybe a normal exposure with a circular polarizer on for the rocks in the background. So that's what I'm aiming to do. So here then, with the flowers, see, I've got to also, because I'm at 24mm there, and I'm only just getting the ends of the rocks on the right hand side. I'm just picking those up, so I might have to do sort of 4 images. So 2 for the top, 2 for the cliffs to pick up that side and that side where the beach is, and then 2 for the flowers at the bottom. So I've got to use on the tripod, on the Benro tripod, there's like a circular dial with all the angles on, like at 5 degrees. So I might have to make a note there of what I'm setting off at on my tripod there. See there, I'm at 45 degrees there. So if I do an exposure of probably 1 to 2/50th of a second, let me just see what that comes out at. See if it freezes the flowers. Yeah, I think that freezes the flowers. So I'll have to do 1 to 2/50th of a second for the flowers, and then do a different exposure for the cliffs. So it's a bit of trial and error, this one, I must admit. I've not done this before, so I'll see how it comes out. So I'll drop the image on the screen, and then we'll move on up around the top of the mountain there so I can get my drone in the air. So here's the image. This photo was a bit of a mission. It's actually made up of 4 separate images all blended together. I needed a faster shutter speed for the flowers at the bottom because the wind was really strong and they'd have been a blur otherwise. They were dancing all over the place. And then for the cliffs across the top, I used 2 different exposures to bring out the detail and to try and balance the light. But the real challenge though was keeping the camera steady and in the same plane. The ground was soft, the grass wasn't even, it was like trying to shoot on a sponge. I don't think the image turned out too bad for my first attempt at a shot like this, but practice makes perfect. Yeah, so I hope that image has come out pretty decent. It's my first sort of attempt at a shot like that, multiple exposures. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So I'm just coming over the back of the mound now, if you like. And I've just got this sort of rocky outcrop. Just be careful on here. Quite a nice view there. Just trying to find somewhere to launch my drone from. Yeah, I don't think I could get down there. Oh, mind you, I don't know. It's like a little... Oh, look at this. Let's have a look at this down here. It's like a little path, if you like. That's... Is it called hewn? Hewn into the cliffs? If I just go down here, unless it's done by the sea, you know, through years and years of... Oh no, I bet this might form part of the castle. Ah, yeah. This must be part of the castle wall. Because I thought this looks a bit man-made, to be honest. And then we end up coming down here. Just make sure I don't slip. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, so that must be part of the castle wall. Wow, how long's that been there? Millennia. So yeah, I don't know if I could get down there. It's near on vertical. And what with my bag? I don't quite like the look of that. But it's out the wind, that's the only thing down here. It's nice and secluded. Look at all these. These have been shaped over the years with the water hitting it and God knows what. Wow. Yeah, that's obviously part of the castle. Good stuff. Right, so let's try and get on further around the other top of the mound there, around the back of the mound, see if I can get my drone up. Whether or not it'll cope with this wind, I don't know, but I like to use the times when I've got permission to get up, you see, get up in the air. So see how we get on. Oh yeah, oh God, that hurt. Bloody hell. Yeah, let's get around the other side. Yeah, really windy up here. Really windy. I'm just heading off to this. Ooh, that's a rather steep drop either side of me. I've got that one side. And I've got that the other. Look at that down there. Let's see if we can just go down a bit further. Yeah, see all this here? All these cracks. I don't like the look of that. I mean, I don't know if I stand on that, that just might... It's just like the other side, like gauze, I suppose. And roots and things. But I don't know if I stand on that, that could go, so I'm not going to do. I don't know if I can just squeeze down a bit further. Just down to this little bit here. Oh yes. Just to show you the view, looking back into that cliff there, into that cave. Might have to get the drone down there, see if it'll cope with that. Yeah, it's not the safest, I must admit, on here, but you know, I don't like to take risks, but I'm not next to any massive sheer drops, so
it's this wind, friggin' hell. Don't know. I'll try it. See how it gets with the wind, see how it copes with the wind. My drone, I mean, this is the, let me go. Oh God. It's funny because I only live 6-7 miles from here, just back along the coast towards Penzance. Not a breath of wind. That's Cornwall for you, baby. Views, I love them. Yeah, so let's try and get my drone up. Yeah, that were pretty smart. Just had me drone up in the air there, albeit it was a bit windy, I must admit. And I kept getting the strong wind warning. But I got the shock of my life when I got up round Pedngwidian Point, which I'll show you. I don't want to spoil it, so you'll have to watch the drone video that accompanies obviously this video, which is what I sort of tend to do. I go around the Cornish coastpath and I show you all the locations on the coastpath, and then I obviously accompany that video with an aerial video. So check that out, but I'll obviously show you what surprised me when I got round onto Pedngwidian Point. Oh crap, I did want to go down onto the beach down on Dollar Cove, but there's a lot of people on there now and there's some dogs barking around and playing around, which is fair enough. But I think the tide is going out, so I wanted to, don't know if you can see them over the top of the bushes there, but I wanted to go down and try and do some photography down there. But not to worry, not to worry. So I'll try and push through and maybe try and get up onto Pedngwidian Point, see how we get on. I mean, there's no sign of rain or dark clouds at the minute, but as I said before, this is England. You don't know what you're going to get. It's like a big box of chocolates. Chocolate. Ooh, chocolate sounds nice. I could murder a Kit Kat chunky. What's your favourite chocolate bar? Let me know in the comments what your favourite chocolate bar is. I think mine's a Kit Kat chunky. Yes, you like that sea stack. Yeah, you see, this is what I like about Dollar Cove, because when the tide's fully gone out, you get that sea stack, if you can call it a sea stack, and I think the tide does recede probably up as far as these rocks, so you can get to it. And I think that would probably make some nice compositions, but I suppose I could maybe get down, yeah, even so, I could maybe get down here and take some images, but that looks pretty treacherous, to be fair. I could have a look. But is it grabbing me? Is it catching my eye? I don't know. It'll be better at low tide, so I'll have to see. I'll have to see, but I do want to get round onto Pedngwidian Point. I'll have a look while I'm here. I'll have a wander down while I'm here. See if I can pick something out. Yeah, see, I've just come down off the top there, only 20 feet. And I've got this. I mean, will that make a nice composition? I don't quite know. You can see the rock there shooting off straight in front of me over the top. Or will it look better looking from the side? I don't quite know, maybe. But that's a good 6 foot drop, 8 foot drop down there with no real foothold. So I'm a bit conscious of the fact that I am sort of risking life and limb. But as I said in one of my other videos, risk versus reward. And if you check the top of the screen out, you'll see the link to that video. But I'm liking the waves as they're coming in, hitting the side of the rock here. I might give it a squeeze, see if I can get down there. Set up a long exposure probably, before the tide goes out too far. And that's Dollar Cove beach there. Yeah, I might give it a go, see if I can get down there. That's if you don't see me in a hospital bed with a broken ankle. So I'm not promising anything, but I'll see if I can get down there. So I'll come back to you when I'm down there. Right. So I have got down through those rocks and boulders and God knows what else to the water's edge. But it's a nightmare trying to find a composition and get your tripod in place. I mean, that might not be too bad there, but yeah. I mean, I've got quite a relatively flat rock here. There's one or two over there, but I want to try and be as close to the water as I can without getting wet, because there was a big wave that just came in and crashed on these first few rocks here, and of course I don't want to I don't want to get drenched. So I might have found a composition there, and you can just see maybe just on the edge there of the frame, you can see the rocks on Pedngwidian Point there. So if I do a long exposure with that sticking up right near the top of the frame, somewhere like that maybe, just as there's a wave coming in. I don't know, we'll try it. We'll try it. Practice makes perfect. I think the tide is going out, so I'll have to get a shufty on. Yeah, some nice waves coming in. Yeah, let me get my camera set up. Do you know, I think I have found the perfect spot, because I've got this nice little setup here. I've got a makeshift little table for me brew. I've got a nice rock that I'm sat on. My feet are just over the edge. I've got my tripod set up here, looking at this big rock. The tide at my feet. Nice blue sky. Lovely noises of the sea coming in. And that's my view looking the other way. Back up to the top there. And Dollar Cove is just over the top of this little rock here. Look at that. How amazing is that? So I've just tried a few different exposures of this massive rock here. I might try a few long exposures as well, because the sea's hitting those few rocks there, hitting that rock there. So I'll do a few long exposures and see what we get. I just take my time, relax, no rushing. I've got to get this, I've got to get this. Just let the sea do what it does. and I'll be here to capture it. So if I do happen to take any nice shots, to get some decent images, I'll drop them on the screen. I'm not promising anything, but yeah, if I do take some nice images, if I do get some nice shots, I'll drop them on the screen. So if there is any, here they are. If not, oh, that'd have been a good one. Ah, oh, missed it now. That wave coming in. Ah, it hit that rock. Oh, there, look. It hit that rock there. So yeah, so I'm going to... oh, that's all right. I thought I was going to get wet. I'm sure it's going out. I'm sure it's going out. Anyway, if it's not, I'm in a bit of trouble. But yeah, so if there's any good shots, sorry, I'll drop them on the screen. But if not, I'll see you further on the path. This is an exposure blend image of the sea stack at Dollar Cove, where I used a longer shutter speed for the rocks in the foreground because they were quite dark, and then a slightly faster shutter speed for the sky, and blended them together in post. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's been a lovely little spot down there. Nice and comfy. Right next to the water. Oh, I've got a bit of coffee on me. Filters. Ah. Oh, I don't want that. I have to clean those when I get in. Oh, that's been amazing. A bit treacherous, like I said, sat on that rock down there, but really good, relaxing, take you away from your everyday worries, from your working world, and just sit down and chill and take some images, hopefully without breaking your neck. That's the risk. That is the risk you always take when you're down here, I must admit. And also the other scary thought in my mind is trying to get over these rocks with my camera and my tripods in my hand. But I don't think I'm doing too bad. Don't think I'm doing too bad. So what I'm going to do now is obviously pack up and then head on around the coast up the point there to Pedngwidian Point, hopefully without breaking my neck. So I'll see you around there. So I've come through Dollar Cove, which is down in the bottom there, and I've just been around obviously doing that photography next to that big rock. But as I've got round here, obviously the tide's gone out quite far, and it's now obviously revealed a lot more of the shoreline, and it does look quite decent down there. Maybe I could have stayed down there a bit longer and picked out some other compositions to take some photos of. But again, it's clouded over in the space of 45 minutes. It's just clouded over again. You just can't choose it. You just can't anticipate what the weather's going to do. But never mind. So I'm going to push on around the path and let's get on to Pedngwidian Point, because I want to show you that aerial shot that took my breath away, I must admit, when I was last flying my drone. So let's push on round. So I'm just coming up this little rise behind me there, and this, oh God, is the, this is the, what's the word, shock of my life that I got, because I wasn't expecting this. When I flew my drone earlier, I came round here and I lifted the drone up over this cliff, and the view I got was just out of this world. So I'm going to turn my camera around to show you guys a view. Whether or not this camera will do it any justice, I don't quite know, but this is the view that I got from my drone, in essence. And that looks absolutely amazing. I mean, down in the bottom there, that's got to be 250 feet, 300 feet. And that just looks absolutely spectacular. I'm not quite sure how good it looks on camera. Let me just take you down to the end of here. And that looks amazing. And I'm not sure if you can get out onto the end of, oh mind you, that looks a bit steep on the end there, I must admit. There is like a bit of a worn path, unless that's from wildlife and sheep and animals. Mind you, I've not seen no sheep, so what am I on about sheep? So I just want to take you down this path, because there's two sort of headlands that stick out here on Pedngwidian Point, and then there's that little piece in the middle. So I think I might get my drone down in there and do some filming down there, because that just looks amazing. I mean, those rocks down here, look at that. Scenery is just second to none, as you can imagine. So here, this is like the other headland, if you like. There's two sort of headlands, and I just want to be a bit careful so I don't fall arse over tit again. Just take you here, but look at that, looking back into that bay there. Just look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry, but just look at that. Just look at it. It's just spectacular. So yeah, I think I might just sort of get my drone maybe down in one of these little alcoves. But I think I can maybe get down a bit further, because this path here, look, isn't that steep and is relatively accessible. So just let me take you down a bit further. And yeah, I won't take any risks, so don't panic if you think I'm going to fall or anything. Oh, but this just looks amazing. I might be able to get down there even further. Oh, look at those rocks there. Are they forming a line? Don't know, is that igneous rock, or... I'm no geologist, but just looks... So it's been formed and squashed and crunched, I don't know. If anyone's watching that is a geologist or a rock bod, yeah, just let me know. Yeah, I think I've sort of reached the end of the little path where I can get to, which is just here. Oh yes. Oh yes. Look at that, that just looks amazing. That looks absolutely amazing. And then here, look, this the beach just over the top there, that's Loe Bar that we're going to get round to shortly. And then the little town, I don't quite know if my camera will pick that out. That's Porthleven. That's where we finish. And the sun's coming out now, round at Penzance. This is the other cliff here that you can see, I think is, I can't remember what you call it, Rinsey Head. So, but that looks amazing with the clouds as well. I'm not quite sure if there's a composition there. Maybe from the air, probably. So yeah, so just look at that sticking up there. That's massive. Wow. Just look at that. And we can see right round to Land's End this morning. Can't see the lighthouse though, but mind you, I've not got my glasses on. So yeah, I think I'm going to get my drone up and try and get as many batteries out of a can of my 2 drones from this little area. So it's just a nice little flat area here where I won't be disturbed. So yeah, all good. So I'll get my drone up and then I'll come back to you probably from that next point there on the headland, just round the point there. See if I can get down onto the other one, which I doubt it, to be fair. Not unless I've got climbing gear, and I haven't. So yeah, let's get flying. That's been fantastic yet again. I know I say it all the time, but that's been amazing. And look, the sun has come out. It's just glorious. I'll show you the view from where I am. Now the sun's come out. It's come all the way around. It's come out all the way around Mounts Bay now. So here is just over this hill here is Dollar Cove, and I started somewhere there at Mullion. And if you keep going round that coast there, you get to Lizard. So I'm here on Pedngwidian Point, and that now is looking round to Porthleven. This big beach, I don't know if you can make that out, that's Loe Bar. And then right round Mounts Bay, right the way around to Land's End. Well, that's been spectacular. It really has. So I've now got to try and find my way back up to the path. And I'm right down. The sun's surreal. I'm right down the bottom. But no, what I've done there, while I was flying my drone, I did a time lapse with my Nikon, and I've also done a hyperlapse with my drone, and I don't often do those, I must admit. So I'm just trying to pick my path through the rocks. But one of the things that I struggle with, I don't know if anyone can help me. Where do I go here? Is flickering. When you do a time lapse, and of course the light changes if it goes from a cloudy day to a sunny day, like it has done for me. And when you play your time lapse back, it flickers because of the light changes. Now I did have a circular polarizer over the lens, but I still got a bit of flickering, so I'm just coming up from there. I've just been down there. Whew. It's I just want to know how you can stop it from flickering when you play your time lapse back, and I'm not sure if, oh, look at this. That's just spectacular. Sorry. So yes, I'm not sure if you guys or someone out there could just let me know how to stop the time lapse from flickering, whether you use software. I mean, I use DaVinci Resolve, but whew, if there's certain software out there that can stop the flicker. So I'll drop the time lapse on that I did on my Nikon, and also drop the hyperlapse that I did from my drone. So I'll check those out and then we'll push on just round to this next headland here to see, just to check if I can get any lower down, which it's not looking good. But safety always comes first. God, Jesus Christ. Whew. Yeah, this is the time lapse that I just mentioned that I took with my Nikon Z6 II. And I don't know if anybody out there can just point me in the right direction of maybe trying to reduce the flicker or try and get rid of the flicker on time lapses that I take with my Nikon. I would be most grateful. So I'm just walking just a bit further along the path. Let me just jump up this here, just to show you the view from the other side. See, it looks like you can get down there, but I don't quite know if there's a path that comes up to the top. So I think it's just here. So if you bear with me a second. Yeah, see down there, look. Let's have a look. Oh, that looks a bit steep. Oh yeah, no, I'm not getting down that. Oops, let me just go. Yeah, no, I ain't climbing down there. That's a bit of a drop off here. I mean, you can get to the end. Wait, let me just take you down here. Oh, look at that for a view, guys. Look at that. Just drop down that. Oh, look at it. That looks spectacular from the other side. And I've just been right down on this point, down at the bottom here. So you can get down. It's not that steep and it's not that treacherous, but you've just got to be careful because of loose rocks and things. And I'll drop the location on the screen. And you can see the what 3 words location for that. Just want to get you out of the sun. Can you get down? Because there's a little path here, look. Let me just... I'm not going to go any further if I can't, because I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I wonder if this is what this is for. So people can put a rope on that and climb down. Oh, check it out. Well, you might be able to. Yeah, you might be able to. Or you might be able to even go down here. Well, let's have a look. 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 Well, that weren't too bad. Oh. Might not have been as bad as what I first thought. Oh yeah, but I think you can only get as far as where I am here. Oh, that is a sheer drop down there. Oh. That is a massive drop. Oh, you might be able to get a bit further. Oh, in fact, can we? Oh, mind you, I've got to go. Yeah, I've got to go right down there, right down around the bottom of that rock. I don't know if you can see a little root in the grass there. So I should be able to get, yeah, I should be able to get across, but where this hangs over here, that looks a bit of a narrow ledge. And then from that top of that cliff down to the sea, again, is a good 200 foot, so I ain't trying that. Look at that. That is spectacular. It really is. It really is. So I've managed to get down, you know, to an extent, so I'm happy with where I am. I'm not going any further, especially with my bag on my back, so yeah. As we say, sod that for a game of toy soldiers. So let's get further around the path into the next cove. So I've just got down onto Loe Bar, which is quite a big expansive beach, to be honest. I mean, back round there you get Gunwalloe, and I've just come down the path there onto the beach, but I'm not sure if you can hear the music pumping in the background. I think there's been a little mini rave overnight on the beach, which I will get my drone up and see what's happening when I get back around the path a bit more. But Loe Bar apparently is one of Cornwall's most dangerous beaches, especially in winter. Now the sea is quite calm at the minute, and the beach does drop off pretty quick, so I'm assuming it does get pretty deep very quickly. And you can see some of these waves are, you know, a good 8-10 feet high at the minute, and there's not much of a breeze. It's an offshore breeze. I mean, this is a big one here. So this is one of the most dangerous beaches in Cornwall, and I think a few people have been swept out to sea over the past umpteen years. So it looks nice and calm at the minute, but I bet it's a lot of rip currents and rip tides. So, oh, that's a big one. So there's another one coming in here, look. Oh, that's massive. Oh. That was cool. So yeah, so I can't really spend much time here on the beach because of the people, 50, 60 people maybe having a rave in the corner. So I think what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, leave this one for another day, maybe do another video on Loe Bar. So I'm going to push back up the ramp there, past the back of the house, and rounding down into Porthleven. It's a shame, but obviously it's, you know, it's holiday season. You don't know if it's locals maybe, but there's a lot of people down on holiday because it's beginning of August, so it's really busy. So there you go. So yeah, so I'm going to push round onto the coast path, round into Porthleven, and I'm hoping to do some photography in there, but by the time I get round there it'll be busy and there'll be people mingling around, so it's going to spoil my composition. So I'll see how I get on. So I'll come back to you a bit further on round the coast path. Yeah, just done some aerial footage there of Loe Bar, but that sort of rave, or whatever you want to call it, disco or whatever, ruined me footage. Not to worry. So I'm going to push on now into Porthleven. I'm just walking along the coast path. Loe Bar is just over that hill there, and I'm just walking around the coast path into Porthleven to show you Porthleven. Oh, this is a bit of a steep bit, but yeah, this is in essence why I prefer to be off the beaten track when I do my filming. I know I'm going to encounter towns and villages and whatnot as I go around the coast path. It's inevitable. But I do prefer to be in the middle of nowhere where there's nobody around. You know, you're not going to get any raves. Come on, boo, boo, boo. Yeah, so. God, I can still hear the music now. That must be so, it was loud. But that's so loud, it's unreal. Someone's coming up there. So yeah, oh, it's lovely. Let's get round into Porthleven. This is a bit of a hike, this is. Coming on from Loe Bar. There's a couple of steep pulls up the top of there. But I'm heading this way. I just want to show you this little beach. Very quick, which I think is a bit of an extension from Loe Bar. I'll just turn around and yeah. And obviously around that corner there, it continues on to Loe Bar. And then here at low tide, you can get right onto Porthleven. Yeah, I think it's either high tide or close to it at the minute. But yeah, God, wow, I'm sweating. Mind you, I've got a thermal jacket on. And it is August, but then again, it was a bit nippy this morning. So yeah, that's why I put it on. But anyway, I've got a bit of a walk now into Porthleven, so let's push on into Porthleven. Whew. So yeah, just walked along the coast path there from Loe Bar right on the end. And that's a hike on there from Loe Bar. Oh, that is a real slog. But yeah, just coming down into the harbour. So let's get down into the harbour and I'll show you Porthleven. We're just coming down the hill. Just coming around the corner. This is the infamous old church that I don't know if many of you guys have seen loads of pictures of storms and waves hitting that church. I think it's probably the most picturesque positioned church in Cornwall, to be honest. And this is the harbour. Let me get to this wall here because I need 2 minutes. Put my tripod down, but yeah, over there, through there, that's obviously the main harbour, which I'll take you around to and show you. And then this is the harbour wall that I wanted to do some images of. Maybe I could do it just at the front here, just past that railing, instead of disturbing the fishermen. I don't know. But yeah, it's too busy for me. It's too busy. But never mind, never mind. So yeah, let's try and pick out a composition. Let's try and show you. And this is seaward. So this is obviously over the other side of the harbour wall there. And at high tide you do get some cracking waves hitting these rocks. Tremendous waves. And out there on the point, just over there, you get quite a few surfers. I think there is a guy out there now, or a couple of guys out there now. In fact, let me just take you on. Let's see if I can show you. I'll be able to see a bit better up here. Let me just have a look. Oh no, maybe not. I thought I could probably show you better from here. But no, I don't think I can. So, not to worry. I'll see if I can set up my tripod and see if I can pick out some compositions. Yeah, nothing's really grabbing my eye, to be honest. I mean, there's some nice boats coming in and out, fishermen coming in and out, and there's too many people wandering around on the harbour wall, which they're on holiday, so I don't blame them for that. Yeah, that's looking back up towards Loe Bar, where I've just been. There was another guy coming in on a speedboat. He went out a minute ago. Just here, look. He's just coming back in. But there's some nice waves coming in. Whether I could do maybe a long exposure, perhaps. There's some waves. Maybe. I don't know, I might give that a try. Only thing is I'm looking into the sun, so yeah, I might give that a try, to be honest. Maybe do some long exposures of those waves. Yeah, I might give that a go with the rocks as well. So yeah, I'll set up my tripod and I'll give that a go.
I did take a few photos of the rocks and the waves here at Porthleven, but honestly, they were so bad I wouldn't even put them on a fridge magnet. Totally flat, no drama, nothing like I was seeing with my own eyes. And as it was starting to get a little busier on the pier, I decided to pack up and head home for some fodder. Because let's be honest, food never lets me down like those photos did.
So, this is it. I've finally reached Porthleven. So, I'd like to thank you for watching. I know it's been a bit of a lengthy video, this one. I think it's going on for nearly 2 hours. So, if you've got this far, I really want to say thank you to you. And if you'd be so kind as to give the video a thumbs up. And of course, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button, that will be fantastic. So yeah, Porthleven, fantastic journey round from Mullion. It took a while, but I finally got here. So I'd like to thank you for watching. And I will see you very soon on the next one. See you soon.